Sup ninjas. So how the heck do you actually target buyers for real estate in Facebook ads? Is it even possible to get buyers in Facebook for multi million peso project? If you want to learn how to do that, stick around. Hi, my name is Mon Agner, and I'm the founder of Monoroa Digital Marketing. And we help real estate sellers generate 8 to 9 figures worth of deals each month through our advertising strategy. Now, isn't it funny that other people actually seem that it's impossible to target buyers over on Facebook? Well, actually, those people think that way miss out on a huge opportunity over on Facebook and Instagram ads. Let me show you these kinds of results that our company has generated, and this is just one reason why it is not an issue at all. So if you want to have these kinds of results, just make sure that you keep on listening. Now let's go hop on over to my screen so I can tell you what's up. We're going to be talking about a few things over here. First, we have this. So we're right here on this. We're right here on Miro. So what I'm going to be showing you is how the audience algorithm works. Let's just say, for example, that I'm just going to create a big circle right over here. For example, that this entire big circle is going to be a 1 million audience, right? So what's going to happen is this one right here, this pie that I drew, is actually going to be the ad set pie that is going to be given to you. All right, now that we have set up our ad set right here, I'm going to explain to you the next part. So I'm just going to create another little circle. So now this circle right here is going to represent the daily budget that you have, the overall budget that you have. As you can see, there's an even smaller triangle or piece of a pie right there, and actually this part right here is the only audience that you're able to reach. Now what's going to happen on a daily basis from here on out is it's going to act like this. So Facebook is going to have another smaller circle right here, and it's going to keep on looking up until it strikes its very first good reach. And once it detects that it's getting good conversions right here, it's then going to start to keep on growing up until you've been able to use up your entire lifetime budget right here. And once you start to kind of use up all of the budget right here, all of the space, that's the time where you start seeing the frequency or the ad fatigue start to grow. This right here is just pretty much an explanation as to how the ad audiences work inside of the platform. So this small circle right here, it means the ad budget. So everything right here is just going to be the amount of people that you're able to reach. This is not going to be the quality, because the quality is something that we will be setting in the targeting, right? So the bigger your ad spend budget is, or the lifetime budget, the bigger overall of the piece of the pie you'll be able to get in terms of the audiences. So let's just imagine that this one right here is going to be 500 pesos per day ad budget, and this one's going to be 1,000 pesos per day ad budget, and this one's going to be like 5,000 pesos per day ad budget. Basically, you're able to get more reach out of what you targeted right here. So that's basically how I've been experiencing how the ads manager treats audiences over there. So now that we've already kind of tackled how the algorithm works with the audiences. Now let's go ahead and hop on over to the detailed targeting. Let's hop on over to our ads manager. Right here we are on our ad set level. I scrolled all the way down to the audiences, so I'm not using the advantage plus audience. I'm just using the original audience settings so that I can see all of these stuff. So the first one right here is we have our location, so that's where we can input a lot of the locations and where we want to target people. We have our age. Now let me actually show you something interesting, and this is something that you will not actually find in Boost Post. Let's say, for example, I want to type in real estate. So I'm just going to click this interest. And as you can see, there's something that's added, add exclusions, and then the define further. This is something that cannot be found on Boost Post. And this is something that you can heavily benefit from. Oh, and by the way, for these type of local ads that we're going to be using, you do not need to turn on the special ads category. So how do you actually use all of these effectively? So let's get back over here onto Miro, and you can see that I have 3 circles named interest 1, 2, and 3. This is going to represent what we're going to be putting in the detailed targeting. We have our interest 1, interest 2, and interest 3. The algorithm is going to work this way. So it's either going to pick the audiences inside interest 1, or is going to pick the audiences inside interest 2 or interest 3. But that's something that we don't want to happen, because what it's doing is not really filtering down the audiences that we want to see. For as much as possible, we want our leads to have all of these 3 interests combined. So this is actually what we want to happen. We'll put interest 1, 2, and 3 all together. Whatever's in the middle of that, that's the only audience that we want to get. And as you can see, it's going to be a combination of all 3, making sure that you have a very narrowed down and filtered audience. Now, how do we actually use this? Let's go back onto the ads manager. Like that, let's say, for example, we have our real estate as an industry. I want to go ahead and click on this to kind of create the action of trying to combine this interest right here with this interest, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to be something like this, and also must match. Now let's say, for example, people that we want to target, they're also interested in Airbnb interests. Instead of me putting Airbnb down below here on this one right here, so instead of me doing this where it's just beside, I made sure to click define further so that I can separate this level and then this level so that it really narrows down. So now let me just get the number. First we have 27 million to 31 million. Let's do that again. So now from 30 million we've narrowed down all the way to 10 million. And so instead of this interest 1 plus this interest 2, instead we kind of subtracted each other. We're getting this difference right here. Now what we also want to do is to either add an exclusion or define further. I'm going to stick with the define further. So we have our real estate, we have our Airbnb, and let's say luxury resort launching. And now we've narrowed down to around 5 million to 6.6 million. So in effect, this is what happened right now. So from 30 million that we have all of this separate, it started to become 10 million, and now it's just 6 million. So with that type of setup, you're going to have an even better and much more filtered down audience right there. So let's go ahead and start talking about what kind of keywords do I actually want to put in here. Let's go back to this diagram. This right here is something that I've started calling the Trinity targeting method. These 3 types of keywords are going to be a lot easier for you to go by instead. The first interests are going to be real estate interests. The second one is going to be buyer behaviors. And then the last one is going to be buyer interests. Now, all you have to do is to just adjust all of these three based on your buyer persona. Try to aim around 750 to 1.2 million when it comes to the audience size. Now, I'm not going to explain this because it's going to make the video even longer unnecessarily. Just make sure to reach those range. Now, the number of keywords on each of these levels right here won't matter at all as long as you still manage to hit that range. We're back right here in our ads manager, and what I'm actually just going to do is I'm just going to reduce the page to an appropriate number where people can actually buy, and I'm just going to reduce it. And as for the location, this is what I like to do nowadays. Put a drop in right here, and that's already going to reduce the numbers quite significantly. The next thing that we're going to do, we have our interests. So I'm going to be moving all of these interests up. Airbnb is going to go here, Airbnb. I'm going to use an interest, not a demographics. Let's also move up the luxury resorts. And there we go. So now we've already established our real estate interests. What we're going to be doing is our buyer interests now. So I'm just going to move luxury resorts down, golfing for the interests. And then next thing that I'm going to add is behaviors. So behaviors are the so people who prefer and without going closer to the numbers, so actually this one right here, and what actually and just one more define further, just to make sure that I'm reducing this number even more. Yeah, I'm already happy with the estimated audience size right there, and this would already be a very competitive set of targeting. I would already use this and try to test this on the first week run. This is already looking very positive so far. That is how we use the Trinity targeting, and that allows us to really hit the absolute center of what we're trying to achieve. Now, just to give you an idea of how to get more tested keywords or interests, all you have to do is to actually steal from your competitors. So let me just kind of show you how it's done. Alright, so we're back right here in my Facebook profile, and I happen to see an ad right here. So this is a sponsored post. What I want you to do is to just go ahead and click over on this three-dot menu, open it up, click why am I seeing this ad? This should pop up, and what I want you to do is to click on advertiser choices. And then right here you can see the first level of the settings, of the targeting settings that they use. Now what I want you to go ahead and click is this right here, shown interest, and there's a bunch of keywords right there. Now if you click on that, you can see all of the keywords that this advertiser has chosen. And if this was a real estate ad, you would see a lot of real estate related keywords. And all you have to do is just go ahead and highlight all of it, copy and paste it somewhere in your database. Just go ahead and save it on your notepad, on Google Docs, or whatever. Save that and kind of match it back with the Trinity targeting, and that's going to be a really good set of interests that you can use for your targeting. And with that, if you just go ahead and use that structure, I'm sure that you are going to get very good results. Now, this is the exact way that we do our targeting process. And in fact, let me actually go ahead and show you just a quick result of what our student has generated from this type of strategy right here. Now, let me actually introduce you who Claire is. She's one of the students that's generate insane amounts of results in just under a month. after attending our workshop. She decided to learn more about our strategy because she was still an up-and-coming real estate seller in her field, and she doesn't know a lot about doing real estate selling, even more so in doing digital marketing for generating leads for her properties. So she attended our 3-day workshop, and then afterwards that workshop, a few weeks later, she kind of didn't say anything, but out of the blue, this is what she sent me. And just look at that. She was able to close a total of 24 freaking million in just less than a month of applying our targeting strategies. You know what? That is the result that we're giving here. To sum up everything that we've talked about, what we've learned so far is number 1, how the audience algorithm works. Number 2, how the detailed targeting works on the ads manager. Number 3, how to spy your competitors over on Facebook and then use the Trinity targeting. So once you have all of those stuff together, you are on your way to having laser point targeting strategies that you can use to target a lot of the more qualified buyers that you want to get and eventually close. So if you want to see more of us, check out our free FB ads course down in the description. And if you want to work directly with us, go ahead and book a call with the link down below. And if you want to see more of this videos, thumbs if you like it, subs if you love it. I'll see you in the next one.